Hi everybody. My name is Armand. I am the operations manager at SushiVid. I've been in the company for about 6 years. Actually, it just passed 6 years, so now I'm in my 7th year already. Just to clarify, I was the fulfillment person for that campaign. And to be honest with you, I actually didn't know who they were before we got the campaign, because it was later that I found out that the brand was a bit more female oriented. And it was to a point where I didn't even know how to say their name. Was it Shein, Shein? Or I googled it and I still got it wrong. I had to ask the client how to say it. The client was kind of, flexible as well. They let the influencers choose what they want to wear. So we kind of gave the influencers a catalog. And then from the catalog, you choose what you want. The brands will send you the products themselves. So it was interesting and I would say kind of colorful as well, because different outfits, everybody had their own taste. I think one of the hiccups was actually the choosing of the outfits. That was, they sometimes take some time to choose an outfit. Shipping was another thing, because the brand shipped directly to the influencers. They didn't send it to us first and then we send them out. So because of that, there was some coordination that needs to take place. Like, okay, make sure they are home to receive the package. Or nowadays a lot of people stay in condos. They can't deliver directly, they have to deliver to the security guard, which then I have to make sure, hey, I have to call them and say, hey, did you receive the package? Did you get it from the security guard and everything? I think that was the hiccup, just like the fear of like them not receiving it, and then you're like, oh no, there's a few $100 worth of products missing. So yeah, I'll tell you a bit about the campaign. The campaign itself was for 8/8. How the campaign worked was that the influencers took IG carousel, Instagram carousel photos, posting. They will post up several photos of their outfits. I guess the memorable part was that it was one of the highest saved contents that we've had in quite a while. And we found out it was because of that. You had the product codes inside the caption. People saved it so that they can then later search for it when 8/8 comes up. The saves were a lot. It was like in the thousands. The client was actually pretty easygoing. They were not too strict about the outfits that they wore, or too strict about the content itself. But I think it's also, in addition to the influencers themselves being, pretty decent content creators, they had their own fashion sense. It was quite easy. I don't think there were any amendments at all, actually, because like most of the drafts were good, that the influence didn't need to reach it at all, actually. Yeah, I would say yes, we did achieve, because the objective of the campaign was awareness of their sale, of the 8/8 sale. And I believe we actually overachieved quite a bit. And as I mentioned before, the number of saves were actually very high, so the engagement rate for the campaign was also very high. This one influencer had over 1,000 saves, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, overachieved. Yeah, actually one of the suggestions I had for the client was, rather than wait for 8/8, actually consistently engage influencers on a monthly basis. Like send them an outfit and just say, hey, I'm going to send you this outfit, can you help me post? So it kind of makes it like influencers kind of become your product catalog. I think that's one way they can change. Instead of like just waiting for one big 8/8 sale, right? Just have a maintenance of outfits and then have that one, like, yeah, okay, this is my huge sale moment. I think being flexible with the outfits, or like being a bit more generous in terms of the products that you give, I'd say just be willing to try. And I think consistency is the key. One-off campaigns don't really, they have impact, but it will be better if you have a general awareness and then have that spike during your sale. So make sure you like, follow, comment, share and subscribe. Bye.